Divine Mutterances by Adidas Samaraj, pertaining to self-understanding. You may fantasize that spiritual life is about living in caves, wearing your robes and renouncing everything. Such a notion is just a dream. It is nonsense. True renunciation is here, in the body, suffering it, becoming illumined by submitting to be a human being. The practice of such true renunciation is the agony of self-knowledge and knowledge of another. You will try all kinds of extraordinary healing methods, psychic methods, yogic methods, anything to get rid of this root sense of pain and agony that you have all of the time. You will continue to pursue every kind of means until you realize that all you are doing is pinching yourself. When you realize that, you will just take your hand away. There is nothing complicated about it at all. When you open your hand, what happens to your fist? When you release the self-contraction, the me is gone, the search is gone, the entire principle of suffering is undermined. Real spiritual understanding requires a practice and discipline and is a hard school, well as being a life of grace, a life in which there is great help. This help transcends the limits that you would bring to practice ordinarily. It is also a hard school or a difficult affair. It requires great responsibility, great attention for this exercise. Do not think you can take heaven by storm. The conditionally apparent world process of everything changing is simply the natural play of cosmic life, in which the always two sides of every possibility come and go, in cycles of appearance and disappearance. Winter's cold alternates with summer's heat. Pain likewise follows every pleasure. Every appearance is inevitably followed by its disappearance. There is no permanent experience in the realm of cosmic nature. One whose whole bodily devotion to me is constant simply allows all of this to be so. Therefore, one who truly listens to me and knows me spontaneously ceases to add self-contraction and thus conditional experience coursing energy and intention to this relentless round of natural and futile changes. Narcissus is a good symbol for suffering. He has separated himself from all relationships, especially the primary relationships of mother, father, loved one, and environment. He confronts only his own image, which he does not recognize as such. Obviously, Narcissus doesn't know that the face in the water is his own image. He does not recognize his own image or quality as such. And suffering is in the failure of a man to recognize, to know again, his own distraction, which is his own state, his own quality, his own modification. When he recognizes it, he ceases to be enamored, fascinated and distracted. His drama is undone by simple and yet radical knowledge. If Narcissus understands his fundamental activity, his insane condition will come to an end. When you see that you are always seeking, understanding is emerging. When you see the pattern of Narcissus as all your motives, all your acts, all your seeking, understanding is emerging. When you see you are always suffering, understanding is emerging. When you see that every moment is a process in dilemma, understanding is emerging. When you see that every moment is a process of identification, differentiation, and desire, understanding is emerging. When you see that every moment when you are at your best, as well as when you are at your worst, you are only avoiding relationship, then you understand. When you see that which already is, apart from the avoidance of relationship, which already absorbs consciousness prior to the whole dilemma, motivation and activity of avoidance, then you have finally understood. Do not blame anybody ever again. Embrace the discipline of blamelessness. Never blame anything or anyone ever again. You have no right to blame anybody. It is all your personal business. Love is disillusionment, or freedom from recoil and modification, subject and object, under all conditions. Don't be angry and sorrowful and guilty and fearful. Rather, be uncomfortable. In other words, not satisfied, not satisfiable in the framework of ordinary living. And then you'll find me. You'll hear me. You'll practice. Fear is the self-contraction. Understand and be with me. If this is not possible in you, then be with me and understand. I intend to make the most extraordinary statement of this time, one that will make all suffering, all fundamental error, unnecessary, a most practical communication that reduces all suffering to misunderstanding, and makes creative energy available in perfect freedom. I was born for this thing. Da.